Snowball. Blue snowball. Done. Hello. Hey, there we go. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I don't know what was going on with that. It's a trap says, our Lord Odin has taken sound from us. Repent, and we shall be graced again with sound. Yes, indeed. Huzzah! Yes, we can hear you finally. Yes. How's it going, everybody? Now I got to fix my camera once again because for some reason we can hear. It's a miracle. I know, right? It's a miracle. Awesome. Frank is here. Voorhees. Shawhan, Peabody, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? We could always hear you. Well, not in the very beginning. In the very beginning, that was not the case. It was not the case at all. All right, why does it keep going back to these? All right, let's go there. Let's then go to the gain. I don't need the gain that high. So I want the gain at 150. White balance. I like more of an orange hue, personally. And then I can make that. That's better. I like that. I like that much better. Okay. Okay. Nope. What? Hacks? Hacks? Hacks. What's going on? Oh, boy. That's because the gain got set to 0. That's not good. Okay, there we go. How's it going, everybody? And now I've got the frame rate issues again. I don't know what's going on with this frame rate. I thought I had fixed the frame rate issue. Oh, well. Let's see. Sound, huzzah. We can hear you. We can always hear you. 70B, hello. What's going on? Yes, indeed. Loving the flap cap. Says Will Gentry. Well, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. I wear it during every live stream. I'm actually wearing a jacket tonight because it's finally cooling off a little bit here. Thank God. Lost Soldier. What's going on, Lost Soldier? How's it going? Aloha. Welcome back to the chat. It's been too long, man. So glad to see you here. Tired Odin is still tired. Of course. Of course. Let's see. Greta. What's going on, Greta? Hello. How's it going? Stop turning the lights off with your computer. NPC 1101. Meep meep cough cough. Woo, in disguise. You've got a new name. I appreciate that. CWD says still better connectivity than before. Okay, well, good. Good. Glad to hear that. Let me see. I'm seeing it on my end, and it looks like I'm having frame rate issues. And then I've had other people say, oh, no, you look fine. And I just honestly cannot tell. Also, how is the sound? I know that it wasn't working earlier, but I tried to change some internal settings so that I would stop clipping every time that I would speak. So please let me know how it sounds. Does the sound maybe a little bit better? I tried turning essentially the internal gain down a bit because I didn't like how I was clipping. It's a Trap says, I wish it was cooling over here in jolly old Southern California. It's getting into the 80s and 90s this week. Ah, that's miserable. That is miserable. Greta says, saw Halloween last night. Haven't watched your review yet. I personally liked it, Greta. What did you think about it? I personally thought it was great. Let's see. Will Gentry says, thanks for knowing how to pronounce my surname. Lots of people get it wrong. Seriously? What do they say? Gentry? To me, it's like very straightforward. Gentry. I don't know. I'm not the best at pronouncing names, but I seem to be getting it every now and then. Let's see what we got here. Clear here. Sounds fine. Perfect. Sound and pick seems fine to me, says Will Gentry. Thank you very much. Sean SW. Bite my shiny metal ass. Really, Sean? Really? Tell me how you really feel, though. Sounds great. Fantastic. Sounds good. Image looks fine to me, says Nitrium. Thank you very much. Oh, Shenlong. Shenlong, once again, just coming in, dropping money, going, I'm out of here. Shenlong, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. What do you think about an unknown foreign director like Indian Apul Madikaud or Iranian Hospen Fartine to direct a future Star Wars movie? I don't know those people. I don't know those names. Are there any films that you can point to? Do they just, at least for United States, do they just direct or have they only directed foreign language films? Or have they directed anything in the United States? Because I've never heard of those names before, Shenlong. So just put that in the regular chat. You don't have to super chat again, but I would love to hear that. Outpost Dyer, what is going on, Outpost Dyer? Harrison Ford, quick update. While the world-class horse crappers were too busy drinking at a bar on Saturday, finally, after 9 long months, I managed to break free. Now the lawsuit shall soon begin. Well, nice, Harrison. Glad that you were able to break free. Eric, how goes the battle with the PC? Oh, thank you very much. So the PC is built. The battle is still daily because every now and then it'll just say, oh, we're done. So during the middle of the stream, if it cuts off, it's because my PC is just like, nah, there's an error of some kind. I've tried I've tried updating the graphic card driver. I just went through some Windows updates. I don't know if that fixed any of the issues or not, but it is getting very, very frustrating. So the battle still continues. The battle still continues, unfortunately. Jupiter says, I found your lack of gray disturbing. I've got some gray in my beard, personally. I do have some gray in my beard. Our Valkyrie Tina is on an adventure. She's on an adventure. Very awesome, 70B. Well, thank you for being here. I dig the new channel art. Well, thank you very much, Lost Soldier. Also, guys, Heimdall posted a link. Buy a shirt. We have shirts now. We have shirts for this channel. So please, go buy one. It's as cheap as I could get it. And it's using the same design for this channel with the channel art. So there's plenty of color options. There's actually a cheaper design shirt where it's like just the cotton, and then there's like the high quality, like the soft fabric shirts, and so there is a slight price difference there. And because it's Teespring, they only have limited colors for depending on what shirt you get, but there's plenty of color options. There's plenty of dark and light colors. So hey, click on the link, buy a shirt. I bought mine. I'm the only one that's bought a shirt so far, but I bought mine, and it should be coming in the beginning of November. Because I think the next print is happening over the next day or so. So they're going to print them, and then, the way it works with Teespring is that every 3 days or so, they do a print. Whatever has been paid for, they print, and then they send them out, and then it usually gets to you in about a week. Greta says, I was honestly disappointed. I feel like the dialogue was too expository, and they relied too much on nostalgia. I still enjoyed it. See, and I said that in my review. I'm weak for nostalgia. When I saw that film, I was in love. I was absolutely in love with it because of its nostalgia. So I can understand why it might be a problem to some people, for sure. Like, again, I totally hear you, and I totally understand why you would have a problem with it, over-relying on it. But I personally, I love nostalgia, and when it's done well, and that's the reason why I hated, because, again, talking about nostalgia, that's the reason why I hated Ready Player One, because that was chock full of nostalgia, but it was a film made purely just for nostalgia and didn't have anything else surrounding it. Halloween has a little bit more to it, but the nostalgia is great. It's a trap. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. I don't have anything special to ask, just wanted to show some support, my lord. Well, thank you very much, It's a trap. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Mirrored Jeremy, Odin Movie Blog. What's going on? What's going on, Mirrored Jeremy? It's always great to have the Jeremys here. Hypern says, hey, brother. What's going on, Hypern? How's it going, brother? Bruv. What's he say, bruv? What'd you say, bruv? Apostar says, on my end, you are cutting out and pixelating. Don't know if it's your end or mine. Is anyone else having me pixelate or cut out? Because that's how we can find out very, very quickly what is going on. NPC error? Scott says, Shenlong got you with those names. I know, seriously. Totally destroyed me with those names. Told you I'm not good when it comes to that. Welcome to Madhouse House. Welcome to the Madhouse of Madness of Windows. I know, seriously, dude. Like, Windows has been driving me absolutely bonkers right now. Welcome says, top-end purple shirt with green font is what I'm looking for. Nice. Well, I think I have that. I think I do have the top end with the purple, with the green logo. I think I do. Shahan says, after I get paid this weekend, I'll be buying mine, but it will awesome. Dude, Shahan, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sweet purple shirt. I dig the design. Well, thank you very much. So again, that link should send you to the entire page where there's also an NPC Tears mug, which again, I try to get that one as cheap as I possibly could because I personally like that one. Hybrid says, really sorry I wasn't around for Dracula Night. Went and saw A Star is Born. Honestly, I thought it was okay. A little boring, but still decent. 6 out of 10 for me. Still miles better than Venom. See, I saw Venom this weekend, and I had fun. The first 30 minutes are boring as hell for Venom, but then it picks up, and the ending is great. The dialogue and the interactions between the symbiote and... Venom and Tom Hardy is just amazing. I just love the dynamic. It was really funny, too, which I was not expecting, but I liked it. But I love A Star is Born, too. I think A Star is Born is a great movie. Greta says, I love the nostalgia of it. I'm just saying they relied on it a little too much. And Greta, I think that is a valid criticism for sure. It just didn't bother me as much because I'm not like a big horror fan. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is reminding me of the 90s. This is reminding me of the 80s and 90s horror films. And I was just loving it. I loved every second of it because of that. But I understand. Trap says, not having any problems. Good. Not, however, the audio has been choppy, says Eric. Okay, feed has been good on other people's end. You might just need to refresh it. So try giving it a refresher because everyone else seems not to be having any issues. Voorhees says, I need someone to talk about Halloween without spoiling it for anyone else. Well, Voorhees, I'm right here, dude. So put any questions as long as they aren't spoilers. Alexander says, didn't see your video yet. Did the Force is like drugs really come from Hamill's mouth? So basically what he tried to say is that Luke Skywalker died from using the Force, and then he used a comparison to drugs, where he said it's just like when you do drugs and then you get clean and you're clean for many, many years, and then you do drugs again and then you die because your body just can't handle it. And that's apparently how he died, because the Force apparently kills people now, which is just a little bit of an odd thing, seeing that it's never been established before. But that's just me. Frank says, all good on this end. Must be them. Okay, audio's better now, says Eric. Good to hear that. I prefer NPCs from a shot class. Well, dude, if they had a shot class design, I mean, I'd be all over that. I would be all over that. Scott W says, read the names Shenlong sent you slowly. Apul, Madikaud, Hausbin, Fartine, Apul, Madikaud, Iranian. Who's been farting? Is that who's been fart? Is he doing it? I don't know. I can't tell. I cannot tell. So he says, okay, I'm back on the CPU. It was using my phone. Okay, gotcha. Jeepers Cheryl says, Venom, definitely fun summer movie. Turn off comic book brain and enjoy it for what it is. And that's what I was able to do after the first 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes were just boring. Lost Soldier, I'm glad you like Venom, dude. But again, the first 30 minutes are what bothered me the most. Tina says, hello, everyone. Just got home from my stylist. Hope everyone is well. I've got to finish packing. Hi. What's going on, Tina? How's it going? How's it going? Nitrium is fine all the way in New Zealand, so it must be on y'all's local ends. Tina says, so wait, Luke got a bad batch of the Force and OD'd? Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what he's saying. It's pretty much like he's using it as an analogy. Actually, I understand what he's saying. He's using it as an analogy, but it's a really bad analogy. And and I mean, I love him. I love him to death. I really do think, of course, I love what he's done as the Joker. I love what he did as Luke Skywalker up until The Last Jedi. But it's just a terrible analogy. He really did a bad analogy. CW says, your PC is under attack by KK NPC's lightspeed ramming your modem. I know, seriously. Seriously, dude. It's crazy. CW says, don't say bad words. Did I say a bad word? Did I say a bad word? Hybrid says, well, I'm glad you liked it. Good to know, honesty, brother. Recently I also saw Enemy 2 done with Villeneuve marathon for now. Dude, Enemy, man. Enemy will mess you up if you're not ready for it. Enemy will mess you up so bad if you're not ready for it, because it's crazy. But Villeneuve is fantastic. Like, if you've never seen any films by Denis Villeneuve, please do. Enemy is definitely one. Don't start off with Enemy. If you start off with Enemy, you might be starting off on the wrong foot. I think it's a brilliant film. But we should start off with Sicario. Sicario is probably his best film. And I would say that even against Blade Runner 2049, which is, again, a masterpiece. It's a modern, epic masterpiece. But to me, I personally love Sicario. Sicario is just so good. Let's see. Alexander says, what are your speculations on why so many celebrities are spouting politics at award shows? Seems hard for me to believe that they believe it. I think it's because now, especially, I think it's because of the midterm elections. I honestly think that they're getting political because it's just that time of the year. It's that season again. And so I think that's part of it. But also, too, I think that they're just trying to appeal to and reach out to the far fringe side, even though it's a very small group. When you actually break down by population, the far left, just like the far right, is a very small group of people, but for some reason it gets a lot of traction, at least a lot of sympathy from a lot of Hollywood types. So it really is interesting. I would love for someone to actually do a study on that. Sheng Long says, yes, Apul Madikaud. Oh, okay. Gotcha. One is silent but deadly. Okay, Shenlong. I get you now, Sheng Long. Ha ha! I make sense now. You're so funny. Well, seriously, thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness. I pulled my deke out. Hilarious. Vori says, fine, no spoilers. I was very disappointed in Halloween. I have no problems with the aesthetic, sound design, score, cinematography, or any of that. The writing is what sucked. Okay, so and that, I guess that's the reason. Everything that you listed there was good, though. And that's the reason why I personally liked it, because if there is an aesthetic, and not even just an aesthetic, if there is a well shot, beautifully shot, because it really is beautifully shot film with a good score, I'm usually going to be a sucker for that. Shang Long, dude. Thank you for the $25 super chat, man. I appreciate it. But no, I absolutely agree. I think the writing was definitely its weakest point, but I was able to look past the writing because of everything else that the film offered. Like, as you mentioned, sound design, score, cinematography, aesthetic, all that was there. Mex, what's going on, man? How's school? Steph says, they were tricking you to say something bad, but you didn't. Yeah, I just did. Next says, by the way, Odin, love the new thumbnail for your channel. Well, thank you very much. It was my wife, so my wife did the design for the channel, and that is also the design for our shirts as well, so go check them out. Shinphil says, according to Ruin J Force Delusion, the Force equals cocaine. Yes, Shinphil. The Force is cocaine. Cocaine Mitch. And does Sicario have any relation to Enemy? No. They're different universes. They're just made by the same director. Harper says, please make an NPC doppelganger with Ruin Johnson and call it Roundhead Enemy. Oh, someone should, please. Max says, now you just need a new channel banner to match your thumbnail. Yes, that is true. I definitely need a new banner, and I'm sure that I can probably get my wife to do that. Where he says, the writing of Halloween 2018 is borderline soy-based and cringeworthy. Some of it is fine, but the things that bother me about the film are really frustrating. I mean, I did not see too much soy in the writing of the film. There were definitely a few moments. For sure. But I think overall, the rest of the film is able to surpass it. That's just me personally. Alexander says, I meant who's putting the words in there. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think that they're doing it. I think that they're choosing it. I mean, I'm not going to go into any conspiracy. I think that these are just people who probably have friends that are a part of these fringe groups and decide to speak out. That's what I think. Tia says, they used to not allow that at the Oscars when they talk politics. Vanessa Redgrave got booed off the stage when she started spouting off during her acceptance speech in the late 70s. Yep. And that wouldn't happen today. In today's world, she would have gotten sheared. And also, let's just be honest. If someone were to get up there who was even moderate to conservative, they'd get booed off the stage too. So like, let's just be honest here. There's definitely a one-sided argument there in Hollywood. Ultra Trap says, you don't want to see my lord's angry face. Oh, no, you do not. No, you do not. A lot of you have not seen my true anger. My true anger is quite scary. It's quite terrifying. Amir Jeremy says, Odin, do you like Avatar Last Airbender TV show? I never got into it. Never watched it. Never got into it. So I really can't have much of an opinion. Frank says, arf, arf. Jupiter says, signing off for now. Gonna buy a shirt when I get paid on Thursday. Have a good night, friend. Well, Jeepers Turtle, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Payday is always the best day. Aaron says, ever doing a live chat team up with Matthew Kadish? Would love to do that again. We did a live stream together. I would love to do that again. So nothing in the works just right now. I'm actually trying to get, because I keep forgetting, trying to get Vanessa Bourbon on the channel. She is a member of the Walk Away campaign, and they have a march coming up in about a week, less than a week. So I want to try and get her on before the march, so that way she can promote it. I say that, you know, acting like, oh yeah, I'm some big channel. She's much bigger than I am. Like she has a much bigger following than I do, but she's awesome. And I would just love to be able to talk to her about everything. And that's one that I've kind of been a little hesitant on, because obviously this is a movie channel and would love to have the conversation be focused on Star Wars and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, the political side of me is like, oh, but I really want to talk about this and go in depth about the Walk Away campaign. So, but that's the only thing that's currently in the works as far as interviews on the channel. Let's see. Voorhees says, covering a piece of dog turd in glitter doesn't make it any less crappy. That is true, Voorhees, but sometimes it can make it look fancy. And I like things when they look fancy. Alexander soyed Michael Myers. I didn't see it. No, he wasn't soy. He wasn't soy. Some of the character development had a little bit of that in it, but I thought it was harmless. I really did. Hybrid says, going to see Beautiful Boy this Thursday. Can't wait. Hybrid, I remember you've been talking about that film, and yeah, I haven't checked the schedule. Greta might know more than I do. I don't know if that's coming out today. I honestly don't. I mean, this week where I am. I do know. So, guys, Hocus Pocus is playing in theaters, at least where I am, this weekend. So you might want to check your local theaters, because Hocus Pocus might be coming to the big screen. And all I can say is I'm in. So we might not do Hocus Pocus on Halloween night here, but we're still going to do a Halloween film of certain. I actually just bought the 4K original Halloween film, so if we vote on that, I will have that option. And I also got Halloween 2 because to me, Halloween and Halloween 2 are like the best of the Halloweens. And then everything else is just kind of So I figured maybe over time, because I am quite a completionist. So I think over time I might buy the other ones. Especially, I would love to get Season of the Witch, seeing that has nothing to do with Michael Myers. I just think that would be hilarious. Because I've never actually seen it before. It was interesting. Paul Gibb, are you a parody of the High Council with Ethan Van Sciver, World Class BS for Geeks and Gamers? Kind of. So basically, when I first started live streaming, there was one night where I decided to go live on Tuesday, and I totally forgot that the High Council was on that night. And so I was like, oh, I'll just be the one-man low council. And it's just been kind of something I've always gone back to on Tuesdays. Anytime that I stream on a Tuesday, since I know the High Council's going on, I just make it a one-man low council. And it's just a fun little thing. I always say, guys, if you want to watch the High Council, go watch them because they're great. So, yeah, it's not me trying to take away anything from them. It's just that the way I always describe it is this is a way, if you want to have a much more low-key stream where you can get your chats out there, get them read, instead of just the chaos of the 1,000+ people that get in on the High Council, this can be a place for you. So, Mateo, what's going on, Mateo? How's it going? I saw Halloween on Sunday and thought it was good. Great kills, score, and performance by JLC. Some subplots, podcasters, boyfriends, and bad comedy were parts of the film. Yeah, I mean, yeah, were bad parts. I mean, again, it was not a perfect film. I'm not saying that it was a perfect film. I overall just had a good time. And you mentioned something that I love. The kills were great. The kills were just so great. The practical effects that they used on some of those kills were just perfect, top notch. Aaron says, what would happen if Mel Gibson ever got an award and was up on stage? To be honest, Mel Gibson now probably wouldn't say anything too inflammatory. I mean, back in the day, there may have been a time when he wouldn't have been all there. Now, though, I think he'd be fine. Sensei Mike, bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sensei Mike, for joining us once again. Always great to have you here. Hope you are feeling better. I know that you said that you were sick over the weekend, so hope you were feeling better. And definitely let me know when you are free so we can check out that microphone. Ajay says, dude, it's really conspiracy theory after all you've learned about SJWs. I don't think of all of Hollywood is actually born and bred there. I really don't think it's much of a conspiracy theory. I think it's that there's a popular thought, there's a popular political philosophy in Hollywood, and even though most would probably not fall in line with the farthest of left, I think that most of them say, oh, this is a way that I can get out there and I can maybe support certain things. But the problem with the far left these days is that if you don't accept everything, you're nothing. And so I think honestly that a lot of the people maybe accept one or two tenets of the far left, and then unfortunately they have to take on everything else, because if they don't, well, then they'll just be called a racist or sexist. Let's see. Frank says, you should have the DJG show and leave the lightning on Otis Blog. Hey, Frank, I'd be down for that. It's a Trap says, ever seen One Man Punch? It's an action anime about 13 episodes long. Good for binge watching. I have not. It's been on the recommendations list for a long time, though. At Push Dyer says, sorry, Odin, I just tried to order 2 shirts, but it isn't taking my Japanese zip code. It will have to wait until I get an on-base P.O. box. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Post. Yeah, I know that it ships to the UK, and I know that it ships in the United States, in the continental United States. I think, actually, no, all 50 states. And I'm not sure about international, so I'm very sorry to hear that, Outpost. But let me know if you need me to send you one, because we might be able to work something out. Greta says, I haven't seen it on the AMC app where we are. Okay, Greta, thank you very much for that. Oh, new line. I'm not lying. No, Hocus Pocus, it is. Hocus Pocus is coming. Yeah, Halloween 3 is totally unrelated, and I really want to see it for that reason. Greta says, I remember seeing Season of the Witch and being so confused. I mean, no, seriously, because it has the fact that I read the description, and it's like, this is the first film to not have Michael Myers, and I'm like, why is it called Halloween then? This makes no sense. Shinville says, Jeremy did a live stream and invited Kelly from Jedi Bunny channel into the Geeks and Gamers family. Yeah, I saw that, dude, and that's awesome. That's awesome. She seems really cool. Alexander says, I actually want to go see Halloween. I actually want to go see Halloween in the near future. If there are any effing politics thrust into that, I prepare to give them the finger. No, I mean, I don't really think, if there is any politics, it's not heavy-handed. Stevie says, sir, you are now part of the Geeks and Gamers technically, so you are golden. Well, yes. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, Geeks and Gamers is great. I love doing my box office videos for them. Can we see you smash your copy of The Last Jedi with a hammer? I don't own The Last Jedi, so that's impossible. Shenlong, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you plan to see episode 9 in the theaters legally? Legally, yes. Appropriately, no. What do I mean by that? I mean that I am not going to give any money to Disney. I'm not going to give any money to that movie. But I'm going to the theater. I'm buying a legitimate ticket to another movie, and then I'm going to walk into that theater. So that way I can see it, and they don't get my money. So I'll give my money to Jumanji or another one of those movies. Let's see. He says, all that being said, I didn't completely hate Halloween. I despise many of the choices they made, yes, but most of them weren't grossly offensive, mostly underwhelming and predictable. And yeah, I can respect that, Voorhees. Really, I really can respect that opinion, and I understand it. But just me personally, I liked it. You know, I had fun. The nostalgia was enough to make up for its downfalls. Shahan says, hey, speaking of shipping, did you ship out movies yet? Bruh, dude, Shahan, they're sitting behind me on my desk. With everything that happened with the PC, man, I just have not had the time to do that. So, but they are made. They're just waiting to be shipped out. So I'll take care of you, man. Mirror Jeremy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Just want to see Thor. Far left totalitarianism, the very thing they claim they are against. That's very true. Very true. Hiram says, random question, favorite Daniel Day-Lewis role of all time minus Phantom Thread. Yeah, definitely not Phantom Thread. Phantom Thread was not the best performance. I'm very sad if that is the last movie that he ever does. I think that's not the... I mean, he was good in it. Don't get me wrong. He was good in it, but not the best. I am usually torn between There Will Be Blood, which is just... Oh, my God. His performance in There Will Be Blood was amazing. And Gangs in New York. I personally love those the most. Mech says, I saw something that gave me a laugh over the weekend. I heard someone call Ruin Has No Johnson Rhombus Johnson. Rhombus Johnson. That is quite a name. That is fantastic. Then it says, have you seen Rob Zombie's Halloween version? Is the new one a continuation or a remake? So, I've not seen Rob Zombie's Halloween. I will say this much. The way that it works... The way that this film works is that it acts like no other Halloween film has been made except for the first one, which is one of the reasons why I liked it, because it says we're not going to go into the timeline. We're going to say this is taking 40 years after the first movie, and nothing else has happened. And I personally like that a lot, so that's the reason why another reason why I liked it. Tina says, you were getting shouted out all over the place. Mecca Abu Nas, and someone else has mentioned your name because they were doing box office and said, yeah, Odin usually does this. That's awesome, Tina. Thanks for letting me know that. Dude, Abanas is great. Go check out his channel. Mecha Random, too. Mecha Random 42 is also an amazing, amazing person. She does a lot of Star Trek stuff, and she is phenomenal. She is great. She does a lot of early streams, so if you like streams, and you like them maybe a little bit earlier, she does some early, during the day streams. Hybrid says, I'm just going to wait until to stream it on 123 Movies. Doesn't deserve the money. All right, Hyper, just be careful, man. Just be careful. Just be careful. Just be careful, sir. Vori says, I can explain the confusion of Halloween 3 if you like. I think I kind of want to experience it for myself. Shahan says, all good, just asking. No rush sounds good. Shahan sounds good. Something Mike says, just checked out your merch. Nice. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Mupty, thank you for the $5 super chat. Movie theaters are now making you pick your seats when you buy your ticket, so I don't know if your plan will work. It will at my local theater. So the way that I have a 20-screen theater near me, and only 2 of their screens have reserved seating. And there are ways of getting around that, because there are certain seats that do not sell. There are certain seats. I used to work at a theater. I worked at a theater for about 3 years. And there are certain seats that even, like, only when it is sold out do these seats sell. So I know that I would be able to get away with it. Like, I know that I would be able to get in and just fine, and I would not have to worry about that. Now, if I wanted to go see it in Dolby, if I wanted to go see it in my IMAX theater near me, then I'd have to do a little bit more planning. But trust me, I don't foresee The Last Jedi, or rather, I don't foresee Episode 9 selling out, even opening night. And with that in mind, I think I'll be fine. That's what I think. I drink your milkshake. Yes, Tina. Oh my God, I love that line. I am the third revelation. So good. It's so good. Roland Stone Timmerman, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Patrick, welcome back. Greta says, don't see the Rob Zombie version. It'll make you feel disgusting. All right. Thank you for letting me know that, Greta. CT says, this is my first week having a job. CT, congratulations. Hope you're enjoying working. Isn't working the best? Nice golf hat. Well, thank you, Juan. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hyper says, awesome Odin. He sure knows how to act. I was actually hoping he'd be like Duke Leto or something, Paul's father, in Dune. But hey, whatever. Just something fun. I thought it to imagine. I think that's definitely a good one. Mirror Jeremy, Odin, you a basketball fan? Not really. I don't hate basketball. I'm not a fan of it either. So it's something that I could, if someone was watching it, I could watch it with them and I'd understand what's going on because I used to play basketball. But it's not a sport that I follow. Vork says, okay, I'll explain it later. When are you watching it? I don't know. There are no recent or there are no current future plans to watch it anytime soon. I had to watch the way that I was wording that. Meg says, question about your last posted video about Mark Hamill's comments about Jake Soywalker's death. Is it true that someone said all the Wookiees are male, or were you just being sarcastic? I was being sarcastic. I was being sarcastic. So that was just me saying, oh, you know that Rian Johnson would put forth the idea of, oh, take this, guys. So all Wookiees are male. Okay, Ryan. Yeah, you go ahead and do whatever you want to do. And then the second part of it was, but they still have children. Okay, Ryan, you go ahead. And so then it was like a whole, yeah. I was being sarcastic. Sorry if you couldn't tell. Alexander says, sounds like the right way to retcon. Hopefully someone does that with Star Wars after buying it from Disney when they milk it to the ground. Yeah, unfortunately, Alexander, I don't see them selling Star Wars anytime soon. You know, when you look to the fact that, and someone mentioned this in a comment under the video that I just posted today. They said that sadly, because it's coming out over Christmas, there are going to be people, just generic movie fans, not necessarily Star Wars fans, who will go see it because it's a new movie that's out. And I know people. Again, I used to work at a theater, and there are people. There are a huge chunk of people, maybe even half the people that go to a movie, don't know what they're going to see. Like, I'm not even lying. Half the people that go to the theater just go there and stare at the screen, and many of them will come up and say, what's good right now? What should I go see? And it's fascinating to see. It's fascinating when people show up to the theater not knowing what, because that boggles my mind, because I always know what I'm going to do before I go to the theater. I might not always get to the theater, you know, that's how a plan might change, but once I'm at the theater, unless an emergency happens, I have a plan of what movie or movies I'm going to see. And so it's a fascinating phenomenon, though. It really is. It's not a golf hat. No, it is not. It is not. Patrick, are you a wrestling fan? I am. I posted on Twitter the other day. For anyone that doesn't know or doesn't follow wrestling, I mentioned this on Twitter. Roman Reigns announced last night on Monday Night Raw that he has to step away from wrestling for a while because he has leukemia, and he has had it for a very long time, but he's been in remission for about 11 years, but it's now back. And it was truly a moment for me because, again, as many problems as I might have with him as a wrestler, he's still a human person. Like, he's still a human being. I'm not ever going to. I can always, even if it might not seem like this, I can always separate the art from the artist. You know, I would never wish physical harm on Rian Johnson. I would never wish physical harm on Kathleen Kennedy. I would never wish these things. Just the same thing, I would never wish physical harm or anything on Roman Reigns either. And it really hit home to me, especially because I lost a good friend of mine to leukemia when we were 18, and it was a very, very difficult time in my life personally. And so when he was saying these things, I immediately was just like, this is just, I know what he's going through. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes, and I know what kind of pain the family goes through as well. And so knowing that he has a daughter, knowing that he has a family too, it's hard. It was heartbreaking. It really was, because it's just one of those things where you're able to finally, you know, when wrestling pulls back the curtain and reveals something that's real and true. I mean, you can go to the retirement speeches of real life injuries, and this now, I just think it's just, you know, his speech was very moving too. Like, I was just all on board with it, you know, saying definitely kick cancer's ass and, you know, come back stronger and you know, fight this, because I think everyone should always be on the side of anyone who has to fight through that, because it's a terrible thing. But anyway, Cynthia Mike says, I gave Doomcock $100 super chat, and someone quoted, "He must be drinking again." Oh, Sensei. Mateo says, missed question. Sorry. Which movie do you think will win the holidays box office wise? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Mary Poppins, Aquaman, or Bumblebee? I think it's going to be Spider-Man. I don't think it's going to be Spider-Man. I think that the effects for Spider-Man are going to be way too wacky for most audiences. I think that there's going to be, because again, having worked at a theater, there's going to be a lot of people who go into that film and walk out. And it has nothing to do with the fact that the movie is going to be bad. It's going to be because of those effects. It's going to be because some people are going to go in there, again, not knowing what it's about, having not seen any trailers, just said, oh, Spider-Man, let's go see that. And then they'll sit down and say, what is this? Oh, the whole screen's all messed up. Again, there are people out there who do this. Oh, the screen's all messed up. That's how the movie's made. Oh, I want my money back. It happens. And so I really do think that's going to happen. I really do. So I don't think that's going to win box office. Mary Poppins is going to be up there. It's Disney. It's a musical. It's a sequel to a classic. So I think it's going to do very well for a wide variety of audiences. Aquaman, no. Aquaman's going to do well. I mean, it's going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. It's not going to crack $1 billion. And it's going to probably just break even, maybe make a little bit of profit, because DC has not had a film that has been very successful. I mean, again, the highest grossing film at this point has been, what, $900 million, which was Wonder Woman, which is, again, very good, but still not as good as some of the others. Bumblebee might be the one to watch out for, because Transformers has always, up until recently, has always performed at the box office, has always done very well. Bumblebee looks like a return to form. I think Bumblebee's going to bring a lot of Transformers fans back, because I've seen the trailer, even as someone who was not a Transformers live-action movie fan. I thought there was a lot of good things there in the trailer. So I think that it's going to probably be between Mary Poppins and Bumblebee. I think those are going to be the two top films of the Christmas season. So Hybrid says, I'm loving the cold weather here in Georgia as long as it's cool, but hey, nothing could be worse than Mount Everest. Oh, I can imagine that, but I'm loving it too, because it's like rainy and cool right now, so it's like keeping it cool. I love it. Alexander, transgender Wookiees, good lord, please no. Mex says, oh, thank our merciful God. I was really worried, because that actually sounds like the kind of harebrained idea that the current regime at Lucasfilm could actually push forward. And that's the reason why I use that as an example, because I was like, oh, we're talking about things that they could do. This would be one of them. This would absolutely be one of them. All right, let's see. Where were we? 70B, I'm so sorry, sir. It's okay, 70B. It really is. It's okay. Again, I'm 30 now, so I mean, I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's, you know, but it was one of those things where I was lucky. I was lucky because I was at a very good place in my faith life. And so when all of it was going down, I had faith in God, and also I was able to have a final conversation with him. It was like 2 weeks out from when he passed, and he knew it was right. He knew that things were not looking good. He knew that his time was short, and so he started calling people. He started, wanting to have those last words with people. So I was able to have a conversation with him. I was able to tell him that I love him, and so I had that sense of closure. So when he passed away, I said, he's not suffering anymore. I know that he's in a better place because he was a good person. He was such a good person. So I know that he's with God, and so I was actually in a very comfortable place. I was mostly affected by the family, because I know that the family was very hurt by that for obvious reasons. And so my heart went out, and I wept for them. And that's the reason why last night, actually, I cried. I cried watching that announcement, because I was just reminded, and I saw like the true emotion on these people's faces, because I know what that's like. Juan says, who is your favorite wrestler of all time? CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those are like old school, more new school. Those would be the ones. Max says, is it okay to wish physical harm upon the cinematic and literary if you can only tell them that works of Kathleen Kennedy, Jar Jar Abrams, Ruin Has No Johnson, and the rest of the Lucasfilm? I mean, yeah, if you're talking about saying, I want the film to fail, I don't think that's wrong. I mean, I honestly don't. I would say that the only byproduct of that wish is that it might affect the careers of people who have no responsibility or just worked on the film. But then I think to myself, no, but they already worked on the film, so they already got paid. So I don't think so. Hamlet says, we should watch The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Ooh, yeah. I mean, if you were ever on our movie night streams, because again, all the movies now that we're going to be recommending are going to be in November, because we already have our last Halloween film set. And so if you want to push a certain genre, if you put wrestling films, boom, I'll put that as a genre. And then if it wins, you can put that up there, because I would love to see it. Tina says, Spider-Man's director did left that off. Okay. Hyper says, I'm Emily Blunt. I'm Emily Blunt, y'all. No, Hyper, that's a very good joke. Tina says, heard a few YouTubers go off about why Warner Brothers has changed the release date of Wonder Woman 84. Any idea why the studio did that? The movie was going to have weak competition. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know why they would do that. Why they would not go for weak competition. I guess it's because they wanted to make it a weekend that, maybe they wanted to be more competitive. Maybe they didn't want the easy money, I guess, which just flies in the face of all logic when it comes to box office. But maybe that was the case. Maybe that's what they wanted to do. All right. Mateo says, one last question, and are you planning to see First Man? I also saw last weekend and thought the first 50 minutes were great while the rest was slow. 7 out of 10, also a good night. Have a good night. Well, Mateo, thank you so much. I do plan on seeing it. I do plan on seeing it still, because, again, I think that the director has a lot of talent. If you've never seen Whiplash, I highly recommend it. So Damien Chazelle, I think, has a very, very good eye for film. Unfortunately, La La Land just was not a good film. But I think this one seems to be returned to form based on the trailers that I've seen. And I know that there's been a controversy about the flag, which I think is stupid. I really think that they should... I'm sorry, if it's about the moon landing, the flag being planted is a huge part of that. It's not even political, it's history. And so I do have a problem with that, because it just seems silly to me and petty for them to leave something like that out. But That being said, I still want to see it. So I'm going to try and see that probably sometime this week or this weekend. Max says, maybe they have to reshoot most of Wonder Woman 88. I don't know. Maybe they have to reshoot. That could be it. Sometimes that does happen. CD says, I've written a few words to you. It's sort of in a paragraph from I'm going to chat it a bit by bit because I feel like I want to share it with everyone else. CT, all right, sounds good, man. Hyman says, random question, in your opinion, do you think it is wrong for someone like me to not want to pay a film to see it at a theater, even if I watched it and didn't like it through streaming? If that's a question about whether I think that illegal streaming of films is wrong or that makes you a bad person, I'm kind of split on that. I honestly am, because I understand the moral argument that can be made against it. However, it has not stopped me from doing that myself in the past. I think that it is morally wrong to be the person that takes the content, rips it, and puts it online. I think that there definitely is a moral qualm there. But if you're accessing that information that's already out there, that's where it becomes a little bit of a gray area for me personally. So I wouldn't condemn you. Tina says, yeah, the only reason given so far is the Joker movie is coming out like a few weeks before or after, and Captain Marvel got mentioned, but that will be out 7 or 8 months before. Maybe they didn't want any competition. I don't know. You know, with the Joker film, especially being Warner Brothers, maybe they didn't want to take away from it. Maybe they don't think that it's going to perform as well, that the Joker's going to perform as well because it's going to be more for certain types of audiences. I don't know. But anyway, guys, since I've caught up with the chat a little bit, let me go ahead and shout out my patrons. So Adam Shawhan, Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Donald Hudson, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, Greta Z, Harold Francis, and Flamed Wood, Jason Clark, Jamie Christopher, Jeffrey Toon, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, The DJD Show, Those Two Ball Guys, Tina B, Voorhees67, and welcome to my madhouse. You are all amazing people. Let's see what we got here. All right, CT, I got you, man. Hybrid says, instead of first man, call it Flag Man, and then illustrating Neil Armstrong putting the flag in front of the camera for 2 hours. Now, that would be quite a spoof of it. CT says, I write this text to ask a question and not just to Odin, but to anyone else in the super chat. Does anyone here hate Disney? I am not here to defend Catholic Annie. I don't hate Disney. I mean, I think that Disney isn't perfect. I mean, no company is. That's the reason why I say I still go see Pixar films. I have no problem with that. I think Pixar has been doing very well recently. I still go see Marvel films because I think most Marvel films have been very good. Infinity War was one of my favorite movies of this past year. Probably one of my all-time top 3 favorite Marvel films of all time. So that's where I stand on that. Apostar says, maybe Wonder Woman is being reshot written due to backlash of Captain Marvel's feminist trailer. Maybe they are fixing it before they have a train wreck on their hands. It could be Outpost. The reason why I would say that it probably isn't that is because this isn't the first Wonder Woman movie. And so Patty Jenkins is back. She knows how to make a movie. I mean, this is something where she knows how to please fans. She knows how to get people loving the film because, again, Wonder Woman had a very high audience and critic rating. And so that's the reason why I think that overall it would be okay. I think overall it would be okay. Let's see. What was Donald Trump's biggest lie? That he was going to build the wall, I guess, because that hasn't happened. I don't know. Toy Story movies are great. CD says, but I am defending what I love, which is Utopia and some few Disney films whenever someone badmouths Disney due to the state of Star Wars is in. Yeah, I mean, I think that we have to be very clear, because whenever I badmouth Disney, it's only because of the fact that the person in charge of Disney, Bob Iger, has not done anything about the situation with Star Wars. So I don't hate Disney as an overall company as far as I'm not going to. There are some people who think that we should boycott everything. There are some people who think we need to boycott anything that Disney creates. And I just, not one, I don't think that's realistic because they make so much. Like, literally, they are attached to so many projects. But then, two, I don't have a problem with Marvel yet at this point. I don't have a problem with Disney Pixar. So I still like seeing those films. So I think that I don't think there's anything wrong there. Yeah, Tina says, I've never been a Disney fan. I wasn't a Disney fan as a child. Their stuff always kind of bored me. Okay, Tina. All right. Not what I was expecting, but I personally, I was raised on Disney. So I'm a huge Disney fan when it comes to those things. Hamlet says, I think we are all uncomfortable with Disney absorbing so many ideas into their collective. Well, Hamlet, I think that brings up a bigger issue of Disney becoming too big and too powerful. There's the whole understanding of, oh, what's the concept? Not, is it antitrust? I don't think it would be antitrust. But essentially, just, you know, when companies getting too big has his hand in too many places. Now, the solution to that, for me, it's competition. But that requires the government not helping these groups. You can't have it like, you know, some people say government should get involved. It's like, well, the government's already involved. The problem is if we get the government out, it will allow for more competition, which will allow for more things. Dazed and Confused is on. All right. Nice, Stephanie B. Bob is evil. Hiram says, would you rather see Adam Warlock movie than Captain Marvel movie? Based on everything I know about the characters, yes. I'm not a comics guy, but based on what was prepped in, what was it, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with Adam Warlock versus what we've seen in the trailer for Captain Marvel, Adam Warlock seems by far the coolest gauntlet thrown. Alexander says, a children's film company doing politics, especially identity and diversity politics, is borderline criminal. Not criminal. Not criminal. In a legal sense, not criminal. Abozari says, we have a problem, man. Every time I say hello there to you or others in the channel, no one ever responds with General Kenobi. We must fix this. Is that how you want us to address you? Hello there. Okay, I got you. Outpost. Hello there. Maybe they're just thinking that you're saying hello and not that you're actually quoting Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hyper says, let's pray Dune rips apart episode 9 and pretend like it never existed as forgettable rehashed SJWBS. Man, I hope so. If anyone could do it, Denis Villeneuve would be able to bring that movie to be successful, or rather, sorry, not successful, a good movie. The reason why I say that is because keep in mind that he took Blade Runner 2049 and made an incredible film that nobody saw. And that's my fear with Dune, is that it's going to be an incredible epic film and that no one's going to see it. And so it's one of those things where at this point, I think there's a very good chance that Star Wars Episode 9 will make more than Dune. And the only reason why I say that is because based on the properties, I think more people are likely to be interested, generic audiences, non-fans, are going to be more interested in seeing Star Wars because they'll be at least a little bit more familiar with the content rather than Dune, which to me is a little bit more, I don't want to say art house, more niche, I guess you could say, in certain aspects. CT says, and if you have let your hatred of Disney flow within you, I would like to bring up the fact that while Disney as a company played a role in GL's life, I don't hate Disney. So AB says, that was a pretty good McConaughey. All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Alexander says, I saw an announcement of theatrical restrictions in Russia for Beauty and the Beast 2017 because of the gay propaganda. Of course, I thought it was intolerant at first. Now I don't. Yeah, I mean, as far as like the government getting involved, I just don't think that's cool. I don't think Russia, I don't think a government getting involved saying, oh, no, we can't have this in any country. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think limiting speech in that way is ever a good thing, personally. Max says, I think the words unethical and misguided would better describe Disney's involvement with identity politics. Yes, unethical, misguided is definitely a better descriptor for sure. Patrick says, the Joker is going to have his own movie. What DC supervillain would you like to see have his own standalone movie? Well, the Joker is a DC villain, so he would be like the first person that I would say should have their own movie, but I think they can make a really... Now, they'd have to get the right cast. They'd have to get the right Lex Luthor. They'd have to do away with this current Lex nonsense in the current state of DC because that's just stupid. But get the right actor to play Lex Luthor, and I think a Lex Luthor Origins movie could be really good. So that would be the one that I want to see. CD says, if the Disney company didn't exist, George Lucas wouldn't have been inspired by the imagination of Walt Disney, which means no Star Wars. Okay, so yeah, CTF, sorry, I forgot that you had a long text, and so you've been breaking it up, and so I'll just keep letting you talk, man. CW says, was thinking this over after seeing Star Wars Resistance and notice to how low the stakes are even for a children's show, as both the red tie and pirates do next to nothing to be a threat. And I think that's all coming down to this everyone's a winner nonsense, you know? I honestly think it's because they can't have stakes. You know, there can be no winner and loser. There cannot be a clear good and evil, and I just don't understand that. NPC Jeremy, welcome to the channel. NPC Jeremy is in the house, everybody. Hyra says, that's just the way it is now, unfortunately, but hey, we'll see. Very true. CD says, now, of course, I suspect there will be people who would ridicule me for writing such stuff in the super chats. No, I mean, I wouldn't ridicule you, CT. I would not do that. Per says, we don't need another Catwoman film. That's true. Per, that is true. We do not need another Catwoman film. Halle Berry has ruined that property, and we don't need it anymore. Mex says, who would be your first pick for Lex Luthor? Personally, my pick would be Vin Diesel or someone with a similar physical presence. Interesting. I don't think Vin Diesel could pull it off as far as the acting is concerned. If you had asked me like 5 years, I don't know, if you had asked me 10 years ago, I would have said Kevin Spacey. I don't know what happened to him in the Superman Returns movie, because he should have been perfect for that role. If you would ask me now who would be a good Lex Luthor, man, you take 10 years off of him, Patrick Stewart. I think Patrick Stewart would be an excellent one. I can't think of anyone else at this point. CT says, I won't report anyone who says negative comments about my comment, and I'm not standing on a soapbox to prove that I'm right. I only want to be peace between the fandom of Star Wars and Zootopia. Wait, what's going on? What? I'm confused now. I don't hate Zootopia. Did someone say that they hated Zootopia? I don't hate Zootopia. I like Zootopia. And it says, since there are always age restrictions for movies, Russia did nothing wrong with that. Alexander, I don't know enough about the situation to really make any more comments on it, but I don't know about that. Hyper says, what about the Yellow Jacket actor? Ooh, yes. Hyperin. I think he would need a good director. He would need a really good director. He would need an actor's director, but yeah, I think he could pull it off. Mex says, personally, I'd like to see a Brainiac movie. Then we could address Superman's story from an entirely different angle. That is very true, Mex. Ooh, that could be interesting. For sure. Oh, boy. Darth Thanos, yo. Actimo Sire says, Bryan Cranston for Lex Luthor. Dude, why did oh, my God. That was like, oh, my God. So that was like a pitch that was like right in the middle, hovering, waiting for me to hit it out of the park. Why didn't I say Bryan Cranston? Of course, Bryan Cranston for Lex Luthor. Easy. Hugh, welcome to the channel. I see what you did there. Hugh, welcome to the channel. Laura, how's it going? It's a Trap says, how about James McAvoy's Lex Luthor? Could be. Acting chops are there, I think. Looks good, bald, which is, check. So I think that could work. I think that could. I just, obviously we have to understand, the reason why I wouldn't mention him first is because he's already tied to Marvel, and that's the reason why I don't think. CT says, I think I'll email you this entire paragraph to you. All right, sounds good, CT. Again, I do not have any problems with Zootopia. I do not hate Disney. I have problems with the way Disney is run, and especially its companies like Lucasfilm, but I do not hate Disney. So Incredibles 2 was good. I agree with you there. Welcome to Madhouse says, the Legion of Doom would be great villain DC movie. Yeah, and they were setting that up, and then no one wanted to see it because everything DC has done to this point has been trash. Laura sounds good. Hamlet says, Deathstroke movie, the bandwagon, Deadpool-ish. Yeah, I don't know if that could work with the age of Deadpool that we're in right now, but Deathstroke eventually could be there. Hybrid, have you heard about Bohemian Rhapsody Queen movie? What's your thoughts on it? I have not seen it. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't come out yet. But Kegs Tap says that. But I will say this much. I will say that the first trailer did not have me impressed. Second trailer got a little bit more interested. And then the most recent one that I saw, the most recent cut of the trailer that I saw at the very least, got me excited. So I'm actually very excited for it. I think that as long as they do things right, it looks like they do a shot-for-shot. From what I've heard, from what I've read, they do shot-for-shot remakes of his concerts. And I think if they do that well, it could be really cool. Now, the one criticism that I've had very early on, and the question that I've had is, are they going to have it be the actual Queen soundtrack, or are the actors going to be singing, or at least the main actor, is he going to be singing and pretending to be Mercury? That is like my big question, because I think that both ways have their merits. I've always just been more of I would rather have it be the actor trying to do an impersonation, personally. That's just me, though. It's freezing here. Freezing? Are you sure? Maybe it was just because I had a moment of just looking at it. NPC Jeremy, what's going on, NPC Jeremy? Welcome to the channel. Per says Brainiac 5 is in Supergirl and Brainiac was in Krypton. That indicates he won't be on film for a couple of years. Example being Suicide Squad being pulled from Arrow due to film. Could be Perth. Definitely could be the case. Mobius 230, hail Odin. What's up, Mobius? How's it going? Nickel Noodles is here. What's up, Nickel? Charlize Theron as Alexa Luthor. Oh boy. Oh boy. You know what? In today's world, they would do that. And people say, why do you have a problem with a woman? Because Lex Luthor is a man. You don't have to do that. Create a new character. If you want a new character villain, create her. Don't take it a pre-established character and then change it. It's stupid. Grant says, it looks like from the trailer they're using Queen's soundtrack. If it were Rami Malek singing, we could tell and they would put it in. Greta, you would think that. And again, you would think that, but you never know. You never know. Sometimes they try and keep those things close to the chest. Hybrid says, true that Odin pretty hard both ways, but yeah, I agree with you that the natural instinct of acting that situation feels more surreal. Yep. Michael Skew, what's up? I meant it cold. I meant it is cold in England. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I gotcha, bruv. Ostenzer Mortem 21. Hey Odin, we need more beard awareness. That's true. Beard awareness is important. We have an epidemic in society today where there are too many soy boys out there that don't grow facial hair, and when they try to, they look like Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, where it's just like sad and depressing, and it needs to stop. So if you're a soy boy out there and you can't grow a beard, don't grow one. But if you want to be a man, grow a beard, please. Thank you. Alexander says, I haven't seen any Disney animated movies recently. Did you see any good ones? Yeah. Coco. Oh my god, Coco was probably one of my favorites. Coco might be my modern favorite Pixar film. Very good. Very, very good. Very touching, too. Charlize is stunning, but her acting is meh. Steph, you were spot on with that. You were absolutely spot on. Says Frozen was the last Disney movie I kind of liked. Yeah, I didn't hate Frozen. It was just overplayed. It was just overplayed for me. Wally. Yes, Wally is great. Stephanie B. So Stephanie B has like PTSD because she's had to watch Coco like 70,000 times. But it is Stephanie, it's a good movie. I know that you've been soured on it because of because of the family, but oh my god, it's so good. I love it. Hybrid says, my mind was blown when I found out De Niro played young Vito in Godfather 2. I don't know how I didn't recognize that. Seriously, Hybrid? Oh, yeah, man. Dude, I love... Godfather Part 2 is better than 1. I know that everyone has a different opinion on that. 2 is better. I like 2 better. But yeah, that's true. Incredibles was great as well. Donald Hudson, welcome back, Donald Hudson. My beard grows in a week, and it's salt and pepper. Nice. Nothing wrong with salt and pepper. Hyper and Coco. Coco flashbacks. She remembers. She remembers all too well. Ice-T loves Coco. Please no more. I can't take it. Mobius says, try having a 7-year-old daughter. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. So Mobius says, my nephews watch it every day. If they are with me, that's all we watch. Michael, Coco is great, dude. I really do love Coco. I really do love Coco. I think it's a great movie. All right, well, I'm caught up with the chat because I don't get many opportunities, at least on nights like this. Give a huge shout out once again to my patrons. So, guys, if you would like to be a patron supporter, click on the link that my Valkyrie are going to post. It's a great way to not only to be a part of the community because you get a special name when you join the Discord server. You get to have access to a special patron-only chat, not only text chat, but also voice chat as well, and I'm more likely to jump into the patron-only chats than I am in the general chat. I do jump into both from time to time, but I spend a lot more time in the patron-only chat. But yeah, become a member, become an official member of the Army of Asgard, like these people, like these sexy beasts. So I want to give a huge shout out once again to Adam Shawhan, Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Donald Hudson, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, Greta Z, Harold Francis, Inflamed Wood, Jason Clark, Jamie Christopher, Jeffrey Toone, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, the DJD Show, the Shawhan Wiener Dog Clan, I don't know why I said that again, those two bald guys, Tina B, 4067, and welcome to my madhouse. I used to say the same names in order over and over and over again, and they've just stuck. Favorite movie of all time, Casablanca. It's a tie. It's a three-way tie. Casablanca. It's a Wonderful Life, and 12 Angry Men. Always tied between those. Tina says, Godfather 2 is slightly better than Godfather 1, and no matter what they say, I deny that there's Godfather 3. Hey, Tina, I'm right there with you. Godfather 3 is garbage. Compared to those two especially, it is garbage. But yeah, I agree. Again, both are classics. Both are phenomenal films. Both are films that anyone should own. Anyone that's a movie lover should own and should see at some point in their life. But yeah, I agree. It's slightly better. CT says, Zootopia is a good one, a great matter of fact, and SJW NPCs will never learn the true message it presents. I like Zootopia. I liked it. NPC says, Coco did nothing wrong. Coco did nothing wrong. Hyper says, amazing how both stories show how both the father and son manage their ways with family and crime empire. The personal family touch is what makes Godfather freaking awesome. I agree. I agree. Laura says, it looks like the Queen movie is Raimi actually singing? Oh, really? So you did research on that? I would be interested. Either way, I'm interested to see what they do with it. Alexander says, hopefully gay Elsa isn't on the books for Disney. Otherwise, they deserve every boycotter and Russian restriction they get. Yeah, I know that's been an idea that's been floated around. So, yeah, hopefully they don't go pure identity politics with that. You know, but then again, it's a new character that's been established. So it wouldn't be as bad as, for example, Lando being declared pansexual, which didn't make any sense in the grand scheme of things. With her, at least she's a new character, I guess. Frank says, it was nice to see you in the chat on the DJD show this morning. No problem, dude. I had the time. I was off from class, and I was like, oh, DJD's on. Let me go jump in. Because you love us. Yes, Frank, you're right. You're right. CT says, Zootopia is a good one. I already said that, man. Dude, CT, you do not have to copy and paste the same thing over and over again. As long as my name is tagged in there, I will see it, man. I will see it. Zootopia is groovy. Elena says, not even sure Rami Malek is white. Okay. Why does that matter? That shouldn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. NPC, DCU is going down faster than Russian football fans on an Italian escalator. Wait, what? NPC, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Is that some video that went viral? Voorhees says, controversial opinion. Godfather is better than Godfather 2. I don't get why people think 2 is better. It's not bad, but not the best sequel ever, like people say. Too bad Part 3 was never made. I hear that last part, Voorhees, but no, seriously, it is better. It is better. I'm sorry. And the reason why is because it goes into so much more depth into the characters and their backgrounds, and it balances time very well. And I think it's perfect. The ending of 2, especially with the dinner coming together, ooh, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Hugh, did you like Halloween? Yes. I gave it an A. I liked it. I had a lot of fun. Oh, Lando, my pansexuality was bait. Yes, yes, Lando. Cheyenne says, remember when they pulled the gay BS in Penguin movie with Robin Williams? Oh, wait. I don't think I ever saw that. CT says, sorry, I thought you passed my comment. No, I did not, CT. Michael says, Sophia, I said it. I know sometimes people like come in and then leave, and then they think, oh, I didn't read my comment, but I read them. Again, if my name is in the beginning, I read it. I will always tell you if I can't read the chats. Michael says, Sophia Coppola was terrible in The Godfather Part 3. Good Lord, she was awful. She was so bad. It was painful. Is it bad that I'm glad when her character died because I didn't have to deal with that performance anymore? It's Trap says, now the real question is, if Henry Cavill is out as Superman, who do you think would recast him? There's been no confirmation of that at this point. I know that there's been some strong rumors and strong speculation, but no confirmation at this point. So that's just me. Merritt says, yeah, Odin, look it up after the Champions League today. An escalator malfunctioned and lots of people got hurt. Lost their foot too. Oh my God, Merritt Jeremy. That's awful. Damn. NPC, that's crazy. Laura says, can't see Tico. Hashtag Rosela forever. She's right here. She's right here. She hasn't gone anywhere. And don't worry. Kylo's right next to her. They're still there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way to get the camera set up so that way I can get my peeps back in the frame. There we go. Boom. Roselo. Hashtag Roselo, guys. Get it trending. Let's see what we got here. It says, I see this BS, no offense to anyone, from people claiming Frozen has LGBT metaphors just because people were afraid of a different person. Well, I don't like when they try and read in too much into something, for sure. Peabody says, Rami Malek in an interview says he does sing, but it gets blended with Freddie. Interesting, Peabody. Welcome back, Peabody. 7 days until Halloween. Very true. Hybrid says, I noticed both in The Godfather 1 and Fellowship of the Ring, they had a camera bump, Michael bumping after walking out of a restaurant. Fellowship, Aragon bumps into camera. Pretty cool filmmaking. Yes. Frank Tag Odin, yes, thank you very much. For he says, you have it so we can't rewind this live stream. That may be the confusion. Maybe, but to me, if you're watching the stream, you should be able to catch it. So, like, for me, it's like, I don't feel bad about missing your comment if you're just jumping from stream to stream, leaving comments. I will, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And the reason why I don't do that is because in order to have the difference between the chat and what I'm saying, to have like the smallest amount of differentiation, you can't have that going. So, Vori says, Godfather 1 has Marlon Brando. Godfather 1 wins. Enough said. I would disagree. I don't think anyone else is freezing. No one else is freezing up, man. It's a trap says, I need my confirmation. I need my confirmation, my lord. It's a trap. I see you. Hashtag Roselo. Hashtag Roselo. They're here. Don't worry, they're here. Tina says, when Sofia Coppola died in G3, the audience, I was with cheered, and I remember the media raked her performance over the coals back then. Not a toxic Godfather fan base. Yeah, seriously. Yep. Nope. It was always like, usually it's the critics. The critics are usually the ones. The media are usually the ones that cause any nonsense. It says, I think Freddie Mercury was white. That's why I said Rami Malek doesn't look white. He looks like Freddie Mercury. And he looks like Freddie Mercury, and that's the only thing that matters. So, give Rose a kiss from me. You need to put Gollum. Oh, Lord. Good Lord. NBC says, looks like Tico getting ready to dive off the mic. Nope. She loves it up there. It says, Ray Rose be loving in episode 9. Just wait. Good Lord. Ray Rose. Could you imagine? They swerve everyone. You said Roselo. You said Raylo. Ray Rose. Rose Ray. Per says, you are a trendsetter. I noticed Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers now has Ahsoka on his mic copying your Tico. I know, dude. I saw that the other day and I was like, dude, Jeremy's copying my style. Jeremy is copying my style and I don't like it. I deserve affirmation. Godfather 2 Electric Boogaloo, says Hugh. Laura says, oh my goodness, as a lesbian, I really want the LGBTQRLMNOP community to find real issues. Hey, you heard it from Laura. I'm not gonna speak for Laura. Laura speaks for herself, and I always appreciate your honesty, Laura. So thank you very much for that. And I think, Laura, you could probably confirm this, that most people first off, most people who are gay aren't a part of that LGBTQAIRP LMNOP community because they are living their life and they are just trying to get through like day-to-day stuff. Like I feel like that's what most people are going through based on my own experience and the people that I know. Shine says, nope, Odin sound is a little messing up, but we can understand you. Interesting. Super, what's up, Super? How's it going? I know somebody be. Hybrid says, look, Odin, if you don't like Godfather 1, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse, so you can like it. Well, thank you, Hybrid. I appreciate it. Shinfield, query. Ryan Johnson, are you query, Ryan Johnson, are you fired yet? Finlow and Layalo. Good Lord. Good Lord. I'd be a trendsetter. Apostar says, Rose on your mic stand is a trademark. Take Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers to court. Now, if he put a, see, it wouldn't hold up in court. I can't believe I'm actually going to. It wouldn't hold up in court because if it was a Rose Tico, then it'd be copyright infringement. Let's see. It's a Trap says, if Jeremy is copying your style, it's time for you to release a diss track. Dude, so many students have been like, oh my god, you should totally release a diss track. When are you gonna put a diss track out there? I'm like, I don't do diss tracks. I don't know. I don't understand that. Stephanie B says, I wish I was in Dazed and Confused. Why? LGBT WTF, not my idea, says Alexander. Adam says, nope, the people I know that do the LGBTQ are serum at all. Nope, exactly right. Peabody says, there's no problem with your sound. Thank you, Peabody. Peabody is listening to me from Australia, so if it's not messing up to Australia, it must be okay. It must be okay then. Let's see. Hybrid says, thoughts on Nagini, Snake, and Harry Potter controversy of her being an Asian woman? Nagini? The name itself is based off of Eastern roots. Makes sense to me. And then when sorry, not JR. Why did I say that? J.K. Rowling, when she came out and explained, I'm like, that makes sense. Only crazy SJWs and NPCs would go after it and say, oh my gosh, that's racist. It's like, no, it's not. It just makes sense. It's logical. It's just a perfectly logical thing. Let's see. Perth Comment says, every Star Wars video you put out is a diss track. That's true, Perth. That is a good point. That is a very, very good point. Favorite decade, Patrick says, 90s. I grew up in the 90s. I love the 90s. I miss the 90s. I miss the 90s a lot. Voorhees says, Sofia Coppola may be a terrible actress, as exemplified by The Phantom Menace and the terrible Godfather 3 fan film, but she's not a bad filmmaker. That is a true statement. I will definitely agree with you there for sure. Apo says, I always thought JK said that Nagini was the snake that Harry set loose in the zoo. I don't know if I've ever heard about that. It would make sense, though. Maybe there was some... I don't know. That's interesting. CT says, relatable female characters compared to unrelatable characters. Exactly. Nagini, kill him. Hiram says, I'm honestly fine with it. Proud of my lovely Asians. Sorry. All right, Hyprin. Sensor says, agree that Nagini thing is a not controversy. No, seriously, it's not. Like, that's the kind of thing that people who have nothing better to do get angry about. Oh my gosh, I haven't been angry at anything today. I need to get angry at something. It's like, just get over yourself. Go read a book. Go do something productive. Go contribute to society. That's what I would say. Go contribute something to society instead of just, oh my goodness, I took gender studies in college. You wasted your education. I'm not saying that it's not important to learn about certain things, but if you got your degree in this, you wasted your time. And you wasted probably taxpayer dollars subsidizing your education through loans, among other things. So, and these are the people that say, oh, we need free education. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. CT says, Judy, Hops plus Ahsoka Tano is better than Rey and Purple Hair Lady. Agreed. Yes, CT. Israel says, 90s for life, my lord. I remember buying video game news magazines at the grocery store to find out news. Oh my god, dude. Yes, they used to have those video game magazines. I remember when in the mail you would get a preview of a game. So you would get a little disc and you could play a promo, or you could play like a little what's it called? You could play a sample, like a sample of the game. It was great. It was so cool. Laura says, never forget Odin's beard is greater than Jeremy's beard. That is a true statement, Laura. That is absolutely true. Jeremy cannot grow a beard for anything. It looks awful. It looks terrible. I try and tell him it every time that we see each other on chat, but he still grows it nonetheless. And I don't understand it. Brad Noble, good lord. Sean says, they can't read a book. It will make them even madder. It's true. And it says, Freya is strong. Whammon came back home with a vile sickness to brawl with the pups. Brawl with the poopies. However says, in SJWS, oh my god, a Whammon wrote 7 books about high schoolers and magic. It's so wrong. Boo. Yes, very true. Beta of the game, says Frank. A demo disc, my lord. Yes, thank you. It's a trap. Demo disc, my lord. Can I play as an NPC? Sure, Lando. Super says, gender studies majors waste their money on a useless degree and then complain the institutional sexism they learned about when they didn't get a job. No, seriously, and it's so funny because you know what jobs they get? Being a gender studies professor or working for a nonprofit where they do what? Complain constantly about patriarchy and tons of other nonsensical issues. Yep. That's the future of our country, everybody. Darth Vader says, hi, Odin. I think Mark Hamill was just using old Jedi mind tricks on us. JJ originally had Luke dominating with the Force before he was Johnson. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I really do hope that it's just either the musings of a man's mind or him trying to throw us off. Because if it's not, scary. It's a scary thing. Frank says, let's give a shout out to poor Jeremy. He pressed the link in his scam. Yeah, guys, so huge shout out to Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers. Unfortunately, he clicked a link in an email, and it led to someone hacking his channel and then essentially taking away an entire month's worth of ad revenue, which for his channel it's not something to snuff at. And so it's definitely something where, you know, yeah, I feel bad for him, but he seems to be in good spirits, and I hope YouTube does something. I don't expect him to do anything, but I hope they do. Ostenzer says, I'm only hyped for Rambo and nothing else. Movies are so BS lately. All right, okay, I can see why you'd be excited for Rambo. Alexander says, not even the gas stations and grocery stores want gender studies people. Because they're like, what are they going to do? Complain about the patriarchy? Like, seriously, like what else can you do with a gender studies degree? I mean, honestly, and that's not me just trying to be mean. It's just, it's a serious question. What can you do? What can you do with that kind of degree? Super says, good rule of thumb, don't major in anything ending in studies. For true. Nitrium, never click email links. That's true statement. Hyman says, Harrison Ford must have went to Uganda to train with Knuckles for shortening of the way. Appos Dyer says, if I write a blog proving that Rian Johnson hates women as exemplified in Last Jedi, would you read it? Sure, Appos. Sure. Just send it my way. Michael Skew, thank you for the €4. Yes. €4 super chat. I appreciate it, man. Super says, are you kidding me? Ouch. Best of luck to Jeremy. That's a darn good scammer. Yeah, it's just not good. Not good at all. But always be careful. And that's just, you know, for YouTube, for Facebook, any social media platforms that you use, be very careful with any links and make sure that your password is good and try and change it often or have something that keeps it encrypted because, yeah, lots of, I mean, he's lucky that that's the worst thing that happened because imagine someone hacked his channel and deleted everything. I mean, that could happen. Now, that would probably be able to be recovered, but still, like, there are a lot of things that could have really, like, again, what happened to him was bad, but we always have to look to the bright side of things. So, oh my God, dude, I thought I had it right. Are you kidding me? But everyone said if it's the E, it's Euro. What's the Euro look like? I'm so confused. Thank you for the £4. Sorry, man. I'm so confused. Why is everything so confusing? Just use the dollar, everybody. Everyone around the world right now, vote to use the dollar. It'll make everything simpler. One uniform. I'm kidding. I'm honestly kidding, obviously, because I think every nation should have their own currency. But who said I was in Uganda? Harrison Ford says, lagged. Nitrium, university teaches critical thinking, if nothing else. Even garbage degrees have some value, just not necessarily for future employment, but for your brain. The problem with gender studies is that they don't teach you critical thinking because they teach you one side. I'm speaking as someone who's taken a gender studies course. I had to take a religion and feminism class in my undergrad degree, and I can tell you, the professor was fine. The professor was very balanced and tried to be very objective in what she taught. She taught it as something that she is teaching, not something that she believes that she's trying to convert other people to. However, the people in that class took every single thing that we read as gospel. Because what we said in class and what we talked about in class was one thing. What we had to read was we had to read feminist propaganda. So I know from experience that there was no critical thinking going on in that class because the students who enter into that class will not challenge themselves, and the reading's not going to challenge them either. Trap says, you're not alone, my lord. I get confused about the euro and the British pound all the time. Seriously, man. All the time. Neapolitan says, well, my everything is out at my house. What, Neapolitan? What's going on, man? Alana says, maybe you should just use pounds. Hybrid says, 10 all offense versus 10 at vote for 1. AT-ATs. Or AT-ATs, however you want to say. High Council just started. Yes, and High Council just started, and we got 51 people. We got the most people that we've had all night. So, yeah, I mean, guys, if you want to split between both, that's great. If you want to go to the High Council, that's awesome. I'm not going to be on for much longer. So if you want to stick it out for a few more minutes, go right ahead. We're going to try and get this to an hour and 30 minutes and then start to wrap things up. But seriously, again, I fully support the High Council. I think they're great. I can't wait because I'm praying for the date if I'm ever invited on, just because I want to talk to these guys and just be able to shoot the crap with them because they seem like such cool dudes. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Alana says, holy heck, feminism class. This is ridiculous. Yep. Yep. Oh my goodness. Bjorn, those look the exact same. Those look to me like, again, I see that. I know there's a difference. I know that the pound has like that flat thing on the bottom, but you have to understand that they look almost the exact same to me. Super says studies courses are not for being enlightened. It's to take advantage of the naive and pump out propaganda machines. Super, you are spot on with that, because that's all they can do. All they can do is say, well, my gender studies professor said, okay, but that's not how the real world works, man. That's not how. Sorry, I said man. I'm sorry that I assumed your gender. Jason says, sorry, really late to the chat, recovering from surgery today. Well, Jason Clark, my prayers are with you, man. Hope your recovery goes well, man. Hiram says, good choice. Another one, 10 Balrogs versus 10 Rancors. Balrogs. 10 Balrogs, of course. Oh my God, 70B, that's an amazing. Are you a chatty Cathy or Keith? Join Discord today. 70B, give yourself a digital cookie. I love that comment. I love it. That's so great. Bjorn says, just stick to your silly dollaroos. I will. All right, one more time, because I like to work in threes. One more shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Guys, you are all amazing. Let me go ahead and refresh it just in case anyone else joined. I don't think they did, because I didn't give an email verification. A huge shout out to Adam Shawhan, Castellan Fry, Dave Bob, Donald Hudson, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weeder Dog Clan, Greta Z, Harold Francis, Flane Wood, Jason Clark, Jamie Christopher, Jeffrey Toon, Laura Story, Matthew Cadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, The DJD Show, Those Two Ball Guys, Tina B, Voorhees 67, and welcome to my madhouse. You are all amazing people. Peabody says, someone crashed a WW2 Folk Wolf 190 in California on the freeway. Damn, son. Super says, when you think of euros, think of US cents, because they're useless. Not from Europe. Don't kill me. Just say. Oh, super. No, I agree. Why can't we just round everything either up or down? We don't need coins. And I'm sure there's some economist person out there who says, oh no, we need coins because of this. It's like, no, just round it up or down. Just ask for $1. If something's 99 cents, I'll pay $1. I'll pay the extra penny. Why not? Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy. Alexander says there's a YouTube channel called 50 Shades, which does funny feminist compilations edits, not what the name suggests. Yes, Alexander, I was actually watching those videos earlier today, and I will say, oh my goodness, SJW fail videos and compilations are amazing. They are so fantastic. Yes, Michael, Psycho is this Saturday. So guys, since we are getting towards the end, we still got about maybe 5 or 6 minutes. This Saturday, we are going to be finishing our October Halloween-themed weekend movie screenings. We're going to be watching together Psycho, a classic film. So Psycho on Saturday. If that changes, I will let you guys know. That's going on Saturday. And then on Halloween nights, we're going to do a live, we're going to choose on the night. We're going to choose a random Halloween film to watch. And it's got to be something that takes place on Halloween. So that's what's planned for Halloween itself. And then November, we start going through different movies of various genres. Peabody says, it's a World War II German fighter plane. Damn. Wait, how do you crash a plane? What? Perfect comment says, I have to disagree with you with rounding money. That leads to inflation when you start rounding. Yes, Perth, that is true. However, when you look to our own economy, at least in the United States, we are in such debt that a small bit of inflation, like going from 99 cents to $1, in the end would be a good thing, because we need to start paying money back, because we're like trillions of dollars in debt. It's insane. Howard says, believe me, I know this is going to sound like a weird question, but thanks if you answer. Odin, have you ever rode a horse? Yes, I actually used to go to horse riding camp. So I was able to gallop on a horse and do jumps too. So yeah, I love horses. One of my favorite horses of all time was a horse named Casper. It was one of my all-time favorites. Tina says, I'm going to pull up the link for the Google Doc I did at various platforms. Thank you, Tina. So Tina does a great job for the last couple of streams. She's done this. She's put a doc together of all the links to where you can watch any of the movies that we stream. And so there's places where you can rent. If it's available on a Netflix for free to stream, if you have a Netflix account or anything like that, that will also be on there. But she does a very, very good job. Let's see. Super says, watching Ben Shapiro dismantle SJWs gives me life. Super. Oh, my God, man. Dude, Shapiro gives me life. Seriously. Psycho 1960 original. Yes, the original Psycho, not the remake. We don't do remakes on this channel. Come on. I mean, within reason. You know, obviously, if it's a film like A Star is Born, that movie's been remade 1,000 times. It's a movie like Dracula, that movie's been remade 1,000 times. But yeah, Psycho, classic. And then the week after that is Predator, and it'll be the first time. Thank you. First weekend in November, we're watching Predator. I have never seen Predator before, so you will be seeing my first time reactions to that movie. It's gonna be great. Mr. Thistleblum, dude, Thistleblum, where have you been? It's been so long since I've seen that name. How's it going, man? Goosebumps 2? I've not seen it yet. Have you? What are your thoughts? Cheyenne, a penny costs more to make than what it is worth, so we need no more coins at all. Cheyenne's a good point. CT, how can we pay for our debts? Oh, man. That is the, what, $20 trillion question? It's a great question. Basically, when it comes to economics, there are two basic principles to paying off debt: inflation or higher taxes. Both suck, and you need a good economy to do either. And that's the reason why you see the Fed raising interest rates. And that's the reason why one of the two is going to eventually have to happen, because you can't just build an infinite amount of debt. It just doesn't work that way. Hybrid says, that's awesome, Odin. Total badass rate. Do it in Middle Earth and you get 100 XP. Yes. Damn right. Shapiro, best chickmunk ever. Tina says, I just bought Psycho on Blu-ray. It came in today. Nice. Decided that even though I have it on Vudu, I needed a real copy of it. Yeah, seriously. So I have the Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection, so I have it on Blu-ray as well, and it's been so long since I've seen it, so I can't wait to see it on Blu-ray. Dar says, I'm glad Psycho won. My local cinema is screening Rear Window in 35mm for a Grace Kelly B-Day tribute. Dude, that's awesome. Anytime, guys, anytime there's an opportunity for you to go see a movie in 35mm or 70mm IMAX, do yourself a favor. There's just something special about actual film reels. It's just so different. I understand why theaters had to transition to digital, because digital looks good. I love the crispest of digital, but there's definitely a nostalgic factor when it comes to like actual physical film reel. Hybrid says, Predator OG is awesome. Get prepared for badass free testosterone. Cannot wait. Michael says, when you do comedies again, I hope you are up for watching Trading Places. As you said before, you've never seen that. Again, I'm open to that. If that's what people vote for, I'm definitely open for that. Mr. Thistleblum says, I've been busy and laid up respectively. I haven't seen Goosebumps 2 yet. I'm watching tonight. All right, well, Thistleblum, let me know how it is. Let me know how it is. Tina. So Tina just posted the doc. So if you want an opportunity to watch Psycho with us on Saturday, those are your places to either rent or buy it for yourself. Perth says, bailing for High Council Chow. Perth, I appreciate it, man. We're about to stop here anyway. Thank you so much for stopping by. Alan Sparks, how's it going? CT says, is Predator available for Netflix? I do not know. I do not know. Darth Hammer says, yes, yes, to Odin, you listen. I listen sometimes. All right, guys, so I'm caught up with the chat. So, guys, you are all amazing people. I want to give huge shouts to the people who donated tonight. So, Shenglong, It's a Trap, Shenglong, Mirror Jeremy, Mupti, and Michael. Thank y'all so much for y'all's donations. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope you enjoy those extra cookies. And also, every time that you do donate, whether it's on Super Chat or on the donation link, you do get an actual real digital cookie for when we do our monthly giveaway, which usually is the top prize being like a $25 gift card, and then secondary prizes for the second and third place winners. So you do get entered into that automatically. My Valkyrie keep track of all those things. We have this entire Excel sheet document. So we're going to be doing a drawing soon, so that way everyone's cookies start over again. But the cookies in the chat itself, as long as Heimdall is alive and on this computer, we'll keep track of your cookies over time. So those will always stay. But the real digital cookies, the ones that you actually enter into to win like the monthly giveaway, those are ones that you get through donation or through leaving an awesome comment. So you guys are all amazing. Let me just wrap up with the chat. Tina says, and I'll be sure to put the link on Discord again. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that so much. Thistlebone says, I will tag you on Twitter. Sounds good, man. Hyperin, give me rent. You get your rent when you fix this damn door. Okay. I'm sure that's a reference that I just don't understand. Oh my goodness. Yes, guys. Yes. All right. So, guys, you're all amazing people. Check your cookies on the way out. tip your Valkyries because they really are amazing people, and I love them so much. You are all fantastic. Thank you so much for spending this hour and a half with me. It always just means a lot, you know, to have people from all over the world come and spend this time with me and just talk to me. It's just great. It's just so much fun. Like, again, it really is a community, and that's why I love, because I really do mean this. I say, we have a shirt. We have reached the goal. We have almost 6,000 subscribers, because that's where I really feel. I really feel like it is a community, and especially with my live streamers. You know, obviously I have like 2 different communities. I have my commenters who like comment on every video, but then I also have my streamers who are here like almost every single night or try and come as often as they can. And it just really means the world to me that you guys do that and that you dedicate your time, because I know one of the most precious thing that we have in this life is time. And so for you to dedicate any of it, even a small amount, to me, it really is humbling. So thank you so much. PY says that was from Spider-Man 2. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Spider-Man 3. Spooderman 3. Sorry. So super. You have a good night. 70. I love you too. Michael, you have a good night. Jason Clark, Edward Coleman, Mr. Peabody, Patrick, Brad. Good Lord, Brad. Frank, Darth Hammer. Sorry, Satina says, glad I can make it tonight. If Odin is on Wednesday or Thursday, I won't be here. I'll be out of town. And then book club. Yeah, no plans officially. If I'm going to be on either of those nights, it's going to be Wednesday, because I like having Thursday open if I want to go see a movie that night. So Thursday and Friday, probably no stream. Possibly Wednesday, no stream. And then plan on Saturday, Sunday being the next stream days. If not Saturday and Sunday, then definitely Saturday or Sunday for the movie. Right now, Saturday is being set aside for the movie, so if that changes, though, I will let y'all know as soon as I possibly can. Sorry, Dar says, Odin, there are 2 versions of Predator on Blu-ray. The first is destroyed by DNR. The second is remastered to look like film. I don't know which version I have. So I'm sorry to hear that. Frank, love you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have a great night, and as always, God bless. And, guys, please go watch The High Council. I don't know who's streaming it tonight. One of the people in the chat's going to be able to let you know where to go. But keep the chat going in the Discord. But also, go support the High Council. There's some really cool dudes over there. And I can't wait for the possibility to possibly get on there. We'll see. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Thank you so much.